And we have reached the end. Episode 13. I just did all of these in a row, which is the most I've ever done in one sitting. Originally, it was 12. That was my record. With Tales from the Crypt or Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think it was Are You Afraid of the Dark. I did like 12 episode reviews in a row. This is 13. This is it. This will be the most I've ever done. All right. So this is it. Episode 13. I'm freaking dying here, man. I'm dying here, Larry. All right. No Bert for this finale. So as I said, this was not supposed to be a season or a series finale. It's just clear to me. We got Vivica A. Fox in here, and this is the same year she was filming Kill Bill Volume 1. So I think that's pretty interesting. But she acts exactly the same. I was expecting her to be like Black Mamba. I should have been called fucking Black Mamba. She was, he was exactly the same performance. But she's a total piece of shit here. She's totally manipulating men. And this is where Nicholas Turturro's character comes back to look for the key to the vault the whatever the hell it is, that has the $20 million in it that Michael Rooker was going to get. And we've also got Richard Reilly in here, which anytime I see Richard Reilly, he's been in tons of stuff. He's even been in like Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. He's been in fucking everything. You see this guy everywhere. But for some reason, anytime I see this guy, always reminds me of Joe Dirt. When he's recounting what happened with Buffalo Bob. And he's like, I heard he put something up your bunghole or whatever. And he's like, all that, the conversation he has with him, I don't know why. But that is always what I think about when I see him. So here he is. And I also put in here, no romances ever in this show. So weird. And then they use Vivica A. Fox goes out there with Nicholas Turturro, and they use Richard Reilly's character as live bait, and he gets eaten up, and freaking Nicholas is like, that's fucked up. Like, he immediately is like, uh-oh, like something's off here. Because she comes to town and she's flirting with everyone. She's like telling Richard Reilly, like, I'm all about you, baby, which I can't believe he bought that, but the heart wants what the heart wants. It doesn't give a shit. It's not going to look bad. I always think about that in movies or even in real life. Shit, I grew up like that. My mom, it's a long story. You guys don't want to hear about it right now, but men, even if these women are way out of their league, as long as, they're giving them the hope, they're going to take it because they're just like, fuck it. I mean, might as well, right? But yeah, so she's just playing everybody. She's trying to get Tyler. She's trying to get Nick Turturro's character, Richard Reilly's character, everybody on her side. So I like that Nick's like, what is up? No way. That's some cold-blooded shit. Like, I'm a gangster, man, and that's some cold-blooded shit to kick that guy out as live bait. Like, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, you need to let me in on it. I probably would be against this. They go and they get this sound gun, and they shoot El Blanco with it, and it completely knocks him out, and they load him up in a truck. At least someone else does, and they drive him off. They come and they take Tyler and Rosalita hostage, and right when they knock him out just as Richard Reilly's character goes in him. So wouldn't Richard just still be in there, like kicking around for a little bit before he like finally suffocated? I don't know. I thought that would kind of be messed up if they had him like, and they were like, screw him. Oh man, poor Richard Reilly's character. Although I guess your body still continues to digest and whatnot when you're knocked out, but I don't know. And then yeah, I mean, Larry's in there, and what happens? Larry fishes down. He's like looking for this invisible bat thing that no one believes him on, and he comes to town, he moves to town, and everyone's like giving him shit right and left, and it's like, he helped in 2 different instances to not only save your lives, but to save the world. And and you still give this guy shit. Man, you guys are brutal. So, but he goes and he fishes for this gun. He gets it. He shoots this stuff above Nicholas, this barrel or box that's up there, and it falls on his head, knocking him out. Freaking Tyler goes and grabs the gun, or no, he goes and grabs Nicholas, sorry, and he holds him hostage, and of course Vivica Fox does not give a shit about either of them. She's gonna shoot him, but El Blanco eats her ass, and it's a pretty fitting ending for her. And then Nick runs off, and Larry's the one that ends up finding the key. Now, whether or not he was ever going to find the treasure, find the $20 million, I don't know. He never brings it back to perfection, though, I can tell you that, because Bert's still living there in part 5 and 6, and the place is still a shithole. And yeah, the invisible bat is following behind him at the end. Like, I don't know what that was. Was that set up for later? I don't know. Terrible finale. Bert wasn't even in the damn episode. I don't even think he was in the last episode, and he was barely in the episode before that. So I don't know if maybe like he was a producer on this show, and he was like the connectivity for the show and the reoccurring character from every movie. Like maybe he pulled out, or I don't know. But it had a lackluster ending, to say the least. That all being said, it was a fun watch, and I'm glad the Tremors franchise is done. I'm going to be doing a decent amount of series this month. You'll see what I'm going to be doing here pretty quick. But thank you to Halgrimir for the Patreon donation. If you want to see a series review, you know where to go. Patreon.com. The link is in the description below. Other than that, guys, I got to get to bed. 13 episodes in a row. Rough shit. Good night. Adios.